What's going on, everyone? So, according to Jovan Buha, the Lakers are looking for a third star. Now, I know a lot of people want the Lakers to stick with their two stars and keep their depth. And we're going to touch on that. We're going to dive into that here in a little bit. Now, a third star does make a lot of sense because of LeBron James. Obviously, there's all the rumors of him retiring. I don't really buy that. I don't think he's going to retire. I think this is just kind of a pressure move to the organization. But even if he does stay, right, LeBron James is probably going to miss a month or more of regular season play. Anthony Davis is probably going to miss some time, and I do think that this team is good enough to kind of weather the storm without them, but having that third star could really benefit the Lakers. Now, the Lakers, of course, have several options. You're already hearing a bunch. Jovan Buha of The Athletic talked about the Lakers having internal discussions and hypothetical trade offers for a potential trade for Trae Young. Obviously, all the Kyrie Irving talk and conversation. But the Lakers' main priority, which we've heard from Rob Pelinka himself, is that Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, the young core, is what they want to keep intact. So they're going to have to pay quite a heavy penny for Rui, for Austin Reaves. The Lakers are going to operate as an above-the-cap team, which means they're not going to have any cap space for free agents. Basically, you're looking at a bunch of vet minimum deals. You're looking at taxpayer mid-level, biannual exceptions, things like that. But the Lakers pretty much have, as currently constructed, their entire roster in place, right? So you have Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves, you got LeBron James, Anthony Davis. There's your four right there. You're probably keeping Malik Beasley, Mo Bamba, and D'Angelo Russell. That brings you to 7 players right there. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't trade them, but they're not going to just let them walk, right? Because the Lakers, they won't have money to go and replace them. They're going to keep those guys. So right there, you got 7 guys. You have Max Christie. There's 8. You got Shaquille Harrison, who's under contract. There's 9. Jared Vanderbilt. There's 10. And then you're going to have your 17th pick, the 47th pick. So the Lakers basically could get to 12, 13 guys without even having to get anybody in free agency. So the Lakers essentially have their core intact, and I do imagine that the Lakers will kind of retool and kind of revamp this roster slightly. That doesn't necessarily mean another star. Maybe you take Mo Bamba and, Malik Beasley and a first round pick or a second or 2 first round picks and maybe a couple seconds or whatever, and you go get 2 or 3 like blue chip type players, maybe like a Buddy Hield, a Miles Turner, something along those lines, right? And now the Lakers have like 8 or 9 just blue chip level players. They got the depth, they have the talent to now contend. They could go that route without a star. The thing is that when you're talking about a star, Kyrie Irving's probably the biggest name, right? He's been part of the rumor mill for so long. On numerous occasions, it looked like the Lakers were going to get Kyrie Irving and land Kyrie Irving. Here's the thing, Kyrie Irving is basically a no-go. The Lakers missed their window for Kyrie Irving. Now, the Lakers could theoretically keep Austin Reaves and still go get Kyrie Irving, but you basically lose everything else. And it becomes so difficult. Austin Reaves needs to help a little bit. Kyrie Irving needs to help a little bit. The more likely scenario is it's Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and a bunch of vet minimum guys. That is probably what you're looking at if you were to go get Kyrie Irving. Let's say you could keep Austin Reaves. Then you're talking about Kyrie Irving, Austin Reaves, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and a bunch of vet minimum guys. You're just not going to have a legit contending team. You might have a real chance just based on kind of the landscape of the NBA, right? Kyrie, LeBron, and AD healthy along with Austin Reaves, if he can replicate what he did, you basically got 4 consistent night in and night out guys that could provide some real scoring. Problem is you're not going to have a real team, and you are just one bad moment, one bad day away from just completely falling apart. Now the third star idea, like maybe you go and look at a Kyrie Irving, for example. The idea of that is, well, when LeBron leaves, we need somebody else to replace him, right? My thought with that is when LeBron leaves, worry about it then, right? Because what if LeBron doesn't leave for another 2 years? Then build the best team that you can build right now and put it together. Now, I would love Kyrie Irving. It's just so challenging to do that. Now, if you could go and get like a Trae Young or a Damian Lillard, now you're cooking with fire here, right? Because you can go and get those guys, assuming that you have enough assets, which a Damian Lillard, I think the Lakers would. I don't see a huge return for Damian Lillard with his age, his injury history, his lack of size, his lack of defense. Like, how many teams are looking and going, man, Damian Lillard is the missing piece that actually can trade for him, have the assets, but also maintain a contender? There's just so many things. And where does Damian Lillard want to go, right? There's a lot of things that go into that. But again, it's all hypothetical. But hypothetically speaking, if the Lakers could get a Trae Young, a Bradley Beal, a DeMar DeRozan, a Zach LaVine, guys like this, another star that's already under contract. If the Lakers could do that, then the Lakers are fine, because the Lakers can keep all their depth. So the Lakers could go and trade for Damian Lillard and still keep Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. They could still go make other trades technically if they needed to, or if they had the assets when all is said and done. So, I mean, theoretically speaking, you could end up having, like, let's say a Damian Lillard, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis starting five. You'd still have Jared Vanderbilt. You could still have Malik Beasley. You could still have Mo Bamba. You could still go and get a couple pieces to maybe free agency. Maybe you get a couple guys at that point that are like, man, their starting five is Damian Lillard, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, or you could go Jared Vanderbilt, however you want to look at it. Man, that's a really good starting five. I could come in, be the sixth man. So maybe you start getting some role guys that maybe could get 5, 6, 7, 8 million on the open market, but are like, man, I would take a vet minimum to try to win an NBA championship. You see that every year. So maybe the Lakers could round out a roster then. But even if you don't, at least you'd have basically 7 or 8 guys deep that you could go into the postseason with. And you basically have your roster intact. So that's the difference. So I'm not opposed to the Lakers going and getting a third star, because a lot of people are concerned with a third star because, I see a lot of comments, a lot of people, period, that are like, well, look what happened with the Russell Westbrook trade. Look what happened. You go and do that and you killed all your depth. Yes, you're correct. This case scenario is completely different. The Lakers don't have to gut their depth to go get another star. So the Lakers in this scenario could go get a Trae Young, could go get a Damian Lillard, could go get a Bradley Beal or a DeMar DeRozan or whomever. They could go get those pieces and still maintain their depth and be good enough to contend for a championship. And then even when LeBron leaves, probably still be good enough to contend for a championship. So that's the big difference here if you're going for a star like that. Obviously, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are very likely going to be on this roster, but they're going to miss time. It's just how it's going to go, right? LeBron's probably going to miss a month plus. Anthony Davis is probably going to miss a month plus. The good thing with the team that we have now is this team is good enough to weather the storm when they're gone, right? So if LeBron misses, let's say, a month and a half with some injury, the Lakers would be good enough still, even without another star, to weather that storm. And then when LeBron comes back, they're still a playoff team. Also, LeBron probably wouldn't have to rush back like we saw this past season, so he could stay healthy. The goal would be to keep LeBron James and Anthony Davis healthy and as healthy as possible going into the postseason. Now, if the Lakers get a third star, then obviously you can do that. Like if LeBron misses 2 months, you're fine, right? Like if you have a Damian Lillard and Anthony Davis plus all these role guys, who cares if LeBron, tell you what, sit out the rest of the season. Just be healthy come the playoffs. Anthony Davis, same thing. Like, if Anthony Davis misses a month, hey, AD, don't worry about it. Sit out. Damian Lillard, LeBron James, and the rest of the supporting cast, we can at least get to the 5 seed, 4 seed, whatever. You're good. Don't worry about it. Take your time. Is the ideal scenario, right? That's the ideal situation. But Kyrie Irving, any type of sign-in trade is just not going to work because it hard caps the Lakers and you can't exceed that cap. So it just makes things virtually impossible. So the Lakers either have to find a third star or they need Kyrie Irving to take like $15 million a year, which I just don't see happening, right? Now, maybe if Dallas doesn't offer a max, maybe Kyrie for a season, maybe he signs a 1-year deal and says, well, if I'm only going to get 20 million or whatever, I might as well just take 15 for 1 year, go play with the Lakers, and then I can get a real contract the following year because LeBron's money would fall off the books, Anthony Davis's money would fall off the books, and then they could do something like that. That could be a possibility. That's something that the Lakers could look for. But I don't necessarily see that. I think even if Dallas doesn't offer the max, they'll probably still offer more than what the Lakers could offer. So does he just, maybe he signs just a 1-year deal momentarily? Now the Lakers you could sign D'Angelo Russell early on, and then come the trade deadline, work out a trade for another star. That's something that could happen. But then, I mean, you're talking the midway point of the season. So regardless, I'm not against the Lakers getting a third star. It makes sense why they would want another star. It's just very likely not going to be Kyrie Irving. It'd have to be something else. But anyway, as always, is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? You think, yeah, get another star if you can keep your depth? Do you think, no, like, rather use the assets to go get, a Damian Lillard, go get maybe some other blue chip rotation players? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know.